Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders find themselves at a crossroads that could very well define the trajectory of their franchise for years to come. And it all revolves around the fate of their second-year quarterback, Jayden Daniels. After a tumultuous season marred by injuries, Daniels made a highly anticipated return to the field, only to see it end in a crushing 31-0 defeat against the Minnesota Vikings. The sight of Daniels chasing down a fourth-down interception off a tipped pass, only to aggravate an already fragile left elbow, reignited the debate among fans, analysts, and insiders about whether the Commanders are gambling recklessly with the future of their quarterback and, by extension, the entire organization. Many voices, once staunch advocates of letting Daniels gain valuable experience, now argue that the prudent course of action would be to sit him out for the remaining 4 games of the season, prioritizing long-term health over short-term heroics. In a league where careers are often derailed by cumulative injuries, the risk of pushing Daniels back onto the field too soon carries significant implications, not just for his physical well-being, but for the stability of a franchise in the midst of a rebuild. The Commanders' decision will resonate far beyond this season, influencing draft strategies, free agent signings, and the development of the team's offensive identity for the years ahead. And that pressure is palpable in every statement from the coaching staff. Head coach Dan Quinn has been cautiously measured in his approach, acknowledging the difficult balancing act between protecting Daniels and maximizing his on-field development. Speaking on Wednesday, Quinn confirmed that Daniels will miss the upcoming game against the New York Giants after aggravating his left elbow. Yet he left the door open for the quarterback to return before the season concludes. Quinn's measured response underscores the complexity of the situation. "I recognize the question," Quinn said, emphasizing that no final decisions have been made. "It's an easy one to go and we haven't really gone down that road yet to decide. He'll practice as we're going in a limited fashion, but let's see where we're at next week. We're always going to make the best decisions for him, for the team, and what the medical opinions are." The statement reflects both a respect for medical guidance and a recognition of Daniels' unique position as a young quarterback whose experience and development are critical to the Commanders' long-term success. With only 3 games left after facing the Giants, Quinn insists there is still ample opportunity for Daniels to gain meaningful repetitions, which, in the eyes of the coaching staff, outweighs the risks associated with limited playtime. The quarterback position, as Quinn points out, is one where every rep matters, where each practice and game contributes to the nuanced understanding required to read defenses, adjust protections, and make split-second decisions under pressure. "We were probably talking about 30% of the season to go and to gain experience. And at quarterback, the reps, are significant because there's like so many things that happen on a play where it can go. What's the check? What's the look? It's different than maybe a technique at another spot," Quinn explained, highlighting the intricacies that differentiate quarterback development from other positions. The reality for Daniels is that every missed opportunity on the field could delay the accumulation of experience that is crucial for growth, particularly in a system that demands intelligence, adaptability, and resilience. For the coaching staff, it's not just about whether Daniels can throw passes or avoid re-injury. It's about cultivating the instincts and mental acuity that separate good quarterbacks from franchise-defining ones. This consideration has fueled Quinn's insistence that, while medical clearance is non-negotiable, fear of potential setbacks should not dictate the team's approach, signaling a philosophy that prizes calculated risk and competitive integrity over overprotectiveness. Quinn's perspective, "We're not going to live our whole life scared," captures the tension inherent in the situation. Football is, after all, a sport where risk and reward are constantly intertwined, where the very act of competing carries the possibility of physical cost. Critics, however, argue that the Commanders are venturing into dangerous territory, particularly given Daniels' history of injuries this season. To those voices, exercising caution is not about fear, but about strategic foresight, recognizing that forcing a player with recurring physical issues onto the field for limited games may compromise both his future career and the franchise's stability. Yet, football is inherently a competitive pursuit, and players like Daniels, driven by instinct and passion, are often unwilling to sit idly on the sidelines when their team is struggling. The clash between medical prudence and competitive desire is playing out in real time, putting the Commanders in a position where every decision is scrutinized, every move is questioned, and every outcome has the potential to reshape the narrative of the season and beyond. Meanwhile, Marcus Mariota has stepped into the starting role with professionalism and focus, acknowledging both the opportunity and responsibility that comes with filling in for Daniels. So, just like most players, you talk to him on a Sunday and then again what Monday feels like, and not quite the same of swelling or strength and those things that go into it, Quinn explained. Emphasizing the day-to-day evaluation process that governs player availability, Mariota himself has praised Daniels' engagement despite the setbacks. "I know he is doing everything in his power to do that," Mariota said, "and then for us, it's just a great opportunity to go play football, and I'm looking forward to it and making sure our guys are ready. He's very much engaged, very much trying to help where he can, and I think that's great for him." Mariota's comments reflect the camaraderie and respect within the quarterback room, highlighting that while Daniels may be sidelined physically, his presence and leadership remain vital components of the team's dynamics. The intangible lessons Daniels is learning, resilience, patience, and mental toughness, are seen as investments in his long-term career, shaping not just the player, but the professional that he is becoming. The path forward for Daniels remains uncertain but filled with potential. He will not be on the field for the upcoming matchup against the Giants, yet the possibility exists for him to return in Week 17 against the Dallas Cowboys, or in Week 18 when the Commanders close out the season on the road against the Philadelphia Eagles. Quinn has emphasized that the team is focused on maximizing any opportunities for Daniels to gain experience while remaining mindful of his health. "If there was a chance to improve over these next games ahead, we were going to go after that as hard as we could, knowing that it would pay dividends in the future," he said. This forward-looking approach underscores the dual priorities of protecting the franchise's investment while also fostering the development of a young quarterback with immense potential. The decision-making process involves constant consultation with medical staff, careful monitoring of Daniels' physical condition, and weighing the intangible benefits of on-field experience against the tangible risks of re-injury. For the Commanders, the stakes are high not just for this season, but for the years to come. Jayden Daniels represents a potential cornerstone, a player around whom the team can build a competitive identity and achieve sustained success. The choices made in the final weeks of this season will ripple through draft strategies, player development plans, and the overall trajectory of the franchise. Fans, analysts, and insiders are watching closely, recognizing that the gamble of putting Daniels on the field in his current condition carries both high reward and high risk. The outcome will influence perceptions of the coaching staff's judgment, the resilience of the quarterback, and the strategic foresight of the organization. Each snap Daniels takes, each practice he participates in, is weighed not just in terms of immediate performance, but in the broader calculus of his career longevity and the franchise's future competitiveness. The Commanders' handling of this situation could serve as a case study in balancing player health, development, and competitive ambition, illuminating the complex decisions that shape the modern NFL. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. In a moment that nobody saw coming, a wave of whispers has taken over the entire football world, and the online community seems to be holding its breath as a new storm brews around the Washington Commanders. What started as a quiet buzz in a late-night studio has grown into a full-blown uproar after a report from ESPN claimed that not one, but two massive quarterback names have signed with the franchise. According to the rumor mill, and being treated as an almost shocking revelation, the Commanders would now have the signatures of Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa, creating a scenario so surreal that many fans are still trying to process what this could possibly mean. It is that kind of talk that sets timelines on fire, where each comment, each share, each clipped video explodes into 1,000 more reactions, as if the entire league had suddenly shifted on its axis. People close to the situation swear that the news leaked from inside the Commanders' facility, where the energy reportedly changed overnight. Some insiders describe the environment as electric, others as chaotic, and a few even say that the coaching staff walked around in disbelief, almost like a crew preparing for a blockbuster movie rather than a football season. The idea of adding not just one star quarterback, but a pair of them, has thrown fans into a frenzy. The rumor is so bold, so unlike anything the league has seen in recent memory, that even seasoned analysts are questioning whether the front office has pulled off a masterstroke, a desperate gamble, or something in between, and yet the whispers keep growing louder. Spiraling into a thunderclap of speculation, observers claim that Jordan Love was the quieter piece of the puzzle, moving almost like a shadow behind the scenes. The murmurs suggest that his camp had been in secret talks with Washington for what they describe as quite some time, though nobody will admit how long. Some say it might have been weeks. Others insist it was months, but the truth remains buried under layers of negotiation smoke. What is clear in the conversation is that many believe Love saw in the Commanders a chance to redefine his trajectory, to step into a locker room wanting leadership, star power, and a renewed identity. That possibility alone already had fans buzzing, imagining what a strong-armed quarterback with his profile could do under a fresh system. But if Jordan Love was the whisper, Tua Tagovailoa was the thunderclap. The social media explosion was instantaneous the moment his name became part of the rumor. Some fans refused to believe it. Others celebrated, and many simply stared at their screens in silence as they tried to put the puzzle pieces together. Tua has always been a magnet for discussion, carrying the weight of expectation, talent, and narrative wherever he goes. The idea of him joining Washington felt so unbelievable to some that it took a few minutes for the collective mind of the football world to recalibrate, and yet here it is, spreading like wildfire. The claim that the Commanders managed to secure his signature alongside Love's, forming what could be one of the wildest quarterback combinations of the modern era. The dominant question echoing through every podcast, every fan forum, and every sports bar conversation right now is whether this move, if true, signals a complete reinvention of the franchise. Many supporters have waited through season after season of uncertainty, and the idea that the organization may have finally made an audacious leap is fueling hope at a level rarely seen around the team. Some fans are calling it a turning point, while others warn that stacking quarterbacks like this could create friction, confusion, or even internal rivalry. Yet, the intriguing part of the rumor is not only that both players allegedly signed, but that the coaching staff reportedly wants to craft an innovative system, leveraging the unique strengths of each, something that traditional football minds might consider sacrilegious. Behind the curtain, the buzz extends to the locker room, where players are said to be reacting in different ways. A few supposedly can't stop talking about it, pacing back and forth while wondering how practices would look with both Jordan and Tua sharing the playbook. Others are said to be adopting a wait-and-see approach, keeping their excitement tempered until official confirmation rises from the organization. The rumor suggests that the staff is preparing a rollout that could shake the football world, something cinematic, something crafted not just to inform but to stun. And if this really is happening, one can imagine the team preparing a production worthy of the shockwaves this move is sending through the league, even among analysts. The speculation is turning into a sort of intellectual battleground. Some argue that the Commanders are positioning themselves for unparalleled flexibility, describing the potential pairing as a blend of contrasting skill sets that could give defensive coordinators nightmares. They paint a picture of a chessboard where the pieces move in ways the opponent cannot predict. Others, meanwhile, caution against reading too much into unconfirmed information, suggesting that the noise may be bigger than the action itself. They emphasize the possibility of a smokescreen, a negotiation tactic, or even a misinterpretation of contract discussions. But as the chatter grows, the line between rumor and reality blurs further. And then there is the fan base, which has not remained silent for even a single moment. Videos of reactions have flooded social platforms, showing people screaming, dancing, questioning, doubting, and theorizing. Some fans are already imagining creative offensive schemes, whispering about possibilities of dynamic play-action strategies, unpredictable rollouts, and a rhythm that could keep defenders guessing every snap. Others are leaning into the drama, joking about needing heart monitors, as this rumor has pushed their adrenaline to unprecedented levels. A few have even begun crafting mock jerseys combining the names of both quarterbacks, merging the narratives into one chaotic swirl of fan passion. Amid all this, the Commanders organization has remained as silent as a locked vault, feeding the fire even more. Silence, after all, is gasoline in the world of rumors. Every hour without confirmation sends imagination spinning deeper. Some speculate that the team is preparing a massive media reveal. Others insist that the silence suggests the negotiations have reached a delicate final stage. And a few boldly claim that the deals are already done, and that the organization is simply waiting for the perfect moment to unleash the news upon the world, whatever the truth is. The lack of denial from the franchise has amplified the heartbeat of suspense. The surrounding media landscape is also swirling with theories. People are pointing to subtle clues, analyzing interviews, dissecting facial expressions, and breaking down offhand comments from coaches, agents, and former teammates. Every sentence is being replayed, every gesture overanalyzed. On talk shows, hosts are playfully arguing over which quarterback would start, how the offense would adapt, and what such a daring move says about the Commanders' ambitions. Some insist that Jordan Love brings a calm command and an underrated layer of explosiveness. Others argue that Tua Tagovailoa possesses a precision and timing that, within the right environment, can elevate an entire offense. But perhaps the most captivating aspect of this entire whirlwind is how quickly it has captured the imagination of the sports world. It feels like the kind of rumor that appears once in a generation, the type that defines a franchise's narrative for years to come. People aren't just talking about signings. They're talking about dreams, about the thrill of possibility, about the feeling of witnessing something unprecedented. It's not every day that a franchise becomes the epicenter of a story so dramatic, so unexpected, and so filled with potential consequences. Whether this rumor turns out to be a monumental truth or just another wild swing in the chaotic universe of sports speculation, one thing is certain: the Washington Commanders have become the main character of the football world's imagination. Jordan Love's name is dancing through conversations. Tua Tagovailoa's reputation is sending shockwaves across every platform, and fans everywhere are sitting on the edge of their seats, wondering if the next notification on their phones will turn the rumor into reality, or send them spiraling into another cycle of suspense until something official emerges. This story will continue to grow, twist, and ignite debate. The football world thrives on mystery, and right now, this rumor is the crown jewel of uncertainty. It has everything: star power, shock value, strategic intrigue, and the emotional chaos that only sports can deliver. And no matter what happens next, this moment, this frenzy, this eruption of whispers and speculation will be remembered as the instant when the Commanders became the center of the universe, if only for a heartbeat. Driven by the electrifying idea that Jordan Love and Tua Tagovailoa might actually be stepping into the same locker room, wearing the same colors, ready to rewrite everything we thought we knew. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.